The idea for this video came about when I was talking to a friend of mine a few months ago, a non-quilting friend, about what it means to be handmade and what level does it start to be handmade and not machine made. One thing that they mentioned is that I don't actually weave my own cotton into fabric. I don't grow my cotton in my backyard. So is part of it handmade and part of it not? And this really got me thinking, at what point does it become handmade? Which leads me to this video that I'm calling Semi-Handmade. In this video, I'm going to give you 5 tips on how you can make things semi-handmade and how it can help you get projects done, get gifts done if you're working on them, and just save yourself some time, because really, does it really matter if parts of your quilt are made by somebody else? Does it really matter if your quilt is quilted by a long armer? These are questions you maybe need to ask yourself, maybe a little bit of soul searching on this, but to me, it doesn't matter. You being creative is the important part. And before we get started with my tips, my name is Chris O'Neill from Sew the Distance. I'm so glad you're here. And if you're joining me for Christmas in July, it is day, what, 14? 14? Wow. Okay, 14. All right, and if you're not joining me for Christmas in July right now, that's okay too. If you're watching this later, hopefully you get some good ideas from this video. So the first one I kind of touched on already, and it's long arm services. Now, we all know you can get your quilt long armed and pay to have it done. People will sometimes jokingly say you're going to have it quilted by check or quilted by credit card, but it is a wonderful service that we can take advantage of to get our quilts finished. Now, it is kind of pricey, but it is still an option, especially if we're crunched on time. But here's a few things that you may not have known, and maybe you did, but I thought they were interesting. One of them is that you can have your quilts or projects machine basted for a fraction of the cost. So if you want to do it on your own domestic machine, you want to quilt everything yourself, you can have it basted. I don't know what the cost is in your area. In our area, it's minimal. It's usually a whole lot less expensive and worth every penny. Another thing that a lot of long armors will offer is binding services. So if you don't like to bind, you can pay to have that done. And that's okay. I'm giving you permission to do either of those things. My next tip is to buy quilt tops or quilt blocks, or both. I was so surprised when I was researching this topic that on Etsy you can actually buy new quilt tops and quilt blocks. So you can finish them yourself. You don't have to go through the piecing process. Maybe that's not your favorite part. I think that's awesome. In fact, it gave me the idea that maybe I need to sell some of mine because I have so many. The next tip is buying kits, and I love kits. It takes all of the guesswork out of your projects. Everything is coordinated for you. I work with the Quilt Kit company where they actually do all of the cutting as well, and it's so beautifully done. Everything's on the straighter grain. It's wonderful. And you get all the pieces, and all you have to do is piece it all together. But there are other companies that do this too. You can also just buy the kits where it's the fabric all together ready to go, and you don't have to think. You just have to start having fun making that quilt. You also can make your own quilt kits. So you can find a pattern that you really like and put it together into a container or something and make sure that you have everything ready to go, and then do it in stages over time. That works too. Another tip is that you can actually buy binding. So if you don't want to make your own binding, you can buy it. How cool is that? And yes, sometimes it is, or a lot of times it's bias binding, but that's okay. I think bias binding is a little bit easier to put on, so it's a win-win. And my last tip is cheater prints. Cheater prints are those ones that have the quilt already printed onto the fabric. Now, I have to admit, this isn't my favorite because a lot of times they're digitally printed, and I'm not a fan of digitally printed. But if I'm in a pinch, this is a great resource. You could take this fabric, it looks like a quilt, and you can just quilt it on, and no one would be any the wiser. Well, unless you're a quilter, you might know that. I hope these tips helped you, took some of the pressure off. The goal for this video is to remind you that not everything has to be done by you. You can hire out things, you can buy things, you do not have to do it all yourself. And a lot of times, a lot of us don't do it all ourselves. And if you're one of those people that do actually grow cotton in your backyard and weave it yourself, I really want to hear from you. So let me know. Also, tell me what you think is the level of handmade. Where does factory made stop and handmade begins? I'd love to hear. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you take some time to sew, and I'll see you tomorrow if you're with Christmas in July, and I'll see you soon if you're not. Bye.